Pencils down.
I have to make my 7.
I'm Bora trying to come up with harmonies. When we watched the episode and Adam was just like watching and, you know, chilling, and then all of a sudden there was still an hour left. Then all of a sudden there was still 40 minutes left. Like, the episode was packed.
It was packed. Full to the brim.
We have 2 songs, Charismatic, Snap. Each song has 2 groups, pick and drop. Snap. So let's start with Charismatic. Both groups in Charismatic lost a member. Chaeyeon left for personal reasons because her song was being a bop.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, let me book some gigs instead.
Listen, get your coin.
Get your coin,
Secure the damn
Chaeyeon.
bag.
Yes.
Could you imagine if she was like, no, I'd rather do Queendom Puzzle. And then what, girl?
And then Haein from La Boom also dropped out of the drop team. So both groups...
That one we don't know.
I hope everything's okay.
I haven't even seen no Queendom Puzzle on my Twitter. It has not...
Interesting.
It has not... The algorithm has not discovered...
Not picked it up, no. Mine is all his man too.
Mine is all his man too.
So Chaeyeon kind of took leadership on that first night of like, hey, I'm going to choreograph. Here's how we're going to do it. And then when she left, they had to kind of restructure themselves. Jiwoo is the most rookie out of all of them, and she even says that she picks up choreography really slow, which, I mean, that's tough. And that happens all the time in all of these shows.
Every show in which there is dancing, there's always someone who doesn't pick it up. At least Todrick Hall is not there screaming you that you haven't picked it up yet. That's all we can say. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not pro Todrick Hall. Let's say that.
We're going to say that. Okay.
We're going to come out on this podcast and say...
Yeah, remember those early seasons and he would be just so mean to them?
Like, we knew anything about him.
This is not about Todrick. But over at the drop side, Yeonmi took leadership, Miss Elwoods.
Oh, she was pressed about this too. She was not... She was very mad that she was in the drop group.
Yes. Which is really interesting. There are a few people that feel that way, and
some people took it as a literal personal offense.
Yes, because I want to say, like, in Snap, like, Huiso took it emotionally, right? I don't think she was, like, mad. I think she was just upset that her and Rina are split up. I think that's really what it is.
But yes, because it was such a big deal for her to pick Rina back.
So we know for sure that the next challenge was 2 weeks because they did the countdowns.
They did the D14. Yeah.
But I think it's because they had to come up with the concepts. I think for this, it's like, here's the song, here's the package, here's the look. It's already set up. All you need to do is learn the dance,
I guess, and record it.
So
it still feels like a lot for a week, though.
Yes.
Maybe 10 days.
Especially since all these girls are still booked. Like, Jiwoo...
Yeah. Oh, none of them are in a dorm together.
No.
Like, they're all, living across Seoul.
Yes, they're like, okay, I still have to practice my own parts in my own studio because I still technically have to, like, do shit today.
Yeah.
So then manager Nims are like, okay...
Yeah, manager Nims.
All their Google counters, like, can you give me huiso@gmail.com and see when you're available to...
I hope it is. Somebody email huiso@gmail.com and see if you get an email back.
huiso@gmail.com.
You were great in this week's episode of Queendom Puzzles.
Jiwon is sitting from the pick team by herself, and like the rest of the drop team are coming in, and Jiwon is fully sitting alone at the VIP room. Candy Muse.
Yes, Candy Muse.
No one is talking to her. They're like, 안녕하세요. Bitch! Oh my God, we're so excited for today.
Are you a competitive person?
Yeah. When in that situation where I see the competition, I try to be...
I'm trying to think if I am or not.
I play it out. Like, I will... like, in an audition or a callback, I do a balance of, like, if I know someone, I'll say hi, but, like, I'll make sure to take time for myself, too. To, like... Yeah. Well, just like to center myself before I perform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say you are?
Competitive? I think I used to be more, but now I feel like I would just be like, girl, I don't care.
I'm just here for fun. I don't give a fuck.
I'm here for fun. I'm here for good time.
Yeah.
I would treat this the way, like, Jasmine Masters treated coming back to All-Stars.
She's like...
I'm here to just remind you girls of the name. Sk and a oop.
Thanks for the check, Mama Roo.
Yeah.
See ya. And immediately from the 2 recordings, Miss La Chica Gabby, the performance director for this number.
La Chica is a performance group. Okay.
And they're all members of it.
Cool.
And she was like, okay, pick. It doesn't feel as together.
I mean, they definitely set up the narrative to be like,
I don't know if Pick can do it. I don't know.
Good luck for Miss Pick.
Good luck for Miss Pick.
I like this song a lot more hearing the full version of it than I did from that clip.
Yeah.
That like when they distributed the songs back in the last episode. It's fun. It's bright. I love a little pop bubblegum moment. But it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's really truly bubblegum. It is.
It's giving more like that New Jeansy sound of like, it's a little lo-fi, but it's like a fresh song. Like it evokes freshness, but it's very like,
it's fresh.
It's just like, we're just hanging out. We're chilling.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I do wish there was a little bit more peaks and valleys in the song. That's my only thing for it. But it's a fun song, and it is. Great.
I would say it doesn't feel title track.
It's
Snap does feel like a title track.
Snap is the title. This is the B-side.
This is the B-side. Mm-hmm.
For sure. The way this was graded was that Charismatic votes the Charismatic girls vote for who they like in Snap, and then vice versa.
It's so funny that we called all of the Boys Planet trainees girls. But like here we're actually talking about
girls.
Literal girls.
Yeah.
These literal women.
Women. And then on another room, they are being judged by K-pop industry's finest.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And when Minhyuk walked in, Adam was like a full salivating dog. Like him and Freejik are just like, like
full Looney Tunes.
Like rolling of tongue,
eyes popping out.
Yeah. Hubba hubba. And the entire time Adam was like, all I can see is him in the water festival.
It would not have been this bad if that hadn't happened last fucking week.
Literally right before. And it was everywhere. People kept sharing every angle, just like Haubin. Every angle of Minhyuk's
every drop of water.
Wet body.
There was the tweet where I was like, I would really like to be reincarnated as a towel in my next life.
Yeah. So Adam was
going through it.
He really couldn't focus anytime they panned back to the thing. Because, like, yes, he was fully covered.
Oversized
overall.
Shirt. Thank God.
But the entire time I was like, I just know what's in there.
You just know. I literally watched this show so I could not have to think about men. And then here we are. The most
demand.
Why? For what? Ugh.
K-pop industry experts also vote on who like the MVP will be.
Yeah, but also like fun to have like a critic and like a
producers, choreographer,
yeah.
like camera. It was like cameramen or like camera directors. You know.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't reach out to us. You know, to get us in the room.
True.
And then we just been like, yeah.
Yeah, when they pan to us, to be like, she ate that. I don't tell you.
Can you translate "she ate that," please?
Moksumnida. Drop. Let's talk about Drop Group. We've got shout out to the spreadsheet. By the way, the spreadsheet is back. Is black. Charismatic Drop. We've got Jui, Sujin, Zoa, Suyun, Yeoni, and Soyeon. They kept saying like this was the brighter of the two.
I agree
as well.
It felt a little safer. It felt like of the two, like, yes, we think the song is a B-side comparatively to Snap, but of these two, this is the B-side performance music video. Yeah.
Our most favorite and our least favorite for all the songs.
Yeah, top and a bottom. What I'm going to call a queen and a serf. A queen and a
princess
peasant.
And a pauper.
A princess and a pauper. Thank you.
Who is...
We picked a princess and a pauper.
It's Zoa. Zoa's my princess.
I think Zoa too. I really didn't think you were going to pick Zoa.
It was between Zoa or Suyun. Suyun was great.
Suyun ate. I just felt like she didn't have enough to do.
She didn't have enough to do. Zoa, anytime she was on screen, the smile lit up. She made the mood of the song.
Zoa's lip color.
Zoa's outfit, like the denim jacket with the skirt, like.
But it's the like
so breezy.
It's the way she looked with like. I understand she has a full beat on. Okay,
yes.
I'm not an idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
But The beat is not supposed to look overdone. She literally just looks like she has a lip on.
I know.
And her outfit is like, it's just like casual, effortless.
It's like light
I
denim.
just stumbled into this music video. And I was like walking down the street. Her hair, her pony isn't perfect. Like it's a little messy.
Oh my God, you're so, yes. Okay, yes.
I just was like having fun watching her.
I know. She like
I went to be her friend. I went to hang out with Zoe. Truly, guys, that lip color. Somebody source it. Source the damn lip color.
TikTok, we know you can do it.
This is important for the cultural contribution.
Yeah. Who is your popper? This was hard for me.
It wasn't for me.
Oh, really? It was Soyeon.
Soyeon.
Yeah. So Soyeon, I think, did a good job.
I don't think there's anyone that's bad in
First of all, no one is bad in the show, period. Okay? Like
it is wild.
We're just picking hairs.
Yeah.
Soyeon was the one who I noticed when she was not in the center, checking her position.
The thing I hate.
Checking where she's at, and she drops the face because she's like thinking about it.
She dropped the face like during her it wasn't all there.
But you could tell though that she has the potential, like when she did the rap, which is pretty good, I would say.
Totally.
She had that like kind of smug smirkness that I see, like she probably picks up from like Ju, her teammate.
Yes.
Because there's a little bit of that kind of like.
Yeah.
I think it's just more time in the oven. Truly.
Mm-hmm. It was either honestly it was between Soyeon or Jui.
Jui, I know.
Jui.
It felt like
Jui is not doing it for me.
I know,
and I really don't like saying that.
I think it's because she is clearly in her head.
Can I tell you what I actually think it is?
Yeah.
Because these two songs that she gets in this episode are not the direction she wants her career to be going in. And she is resentful of the fact that she has been typecast into this bubbly, bright energy.
Yeah.
The problem is that you are naturally good at it. Like, I just think, like, sometimes I understand people want to, like, expand their thing. And I think for some of the girls, like, the reason they were bummed about getting the song that they got later or whatever is because they're in current groups, which maybe doesn't do those types of songs that they end up getting or whatever. And they see this show as their opportunity to be like, oh, I can broaden my thing and people can see different sides of me that I don't get to show within my group proper. She does not have that problem because she is her own entity at this point. She is fully just resentful of the fact that the K-pop industry still sees her as this like bright moment when K almost has an exact similar storyline but is defeating it effortlessly.
She is, exactly.
Because everyone's like, oh, K's whole thing is she's gorgeous, she's lovely.
She's gorgeous, she's just a singer.
She's like gorgeous the moment.
And she's literally doing that.
Eats and snaps.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, wow, I didn't expect that from her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this is a darker K. Because it's still like, I am still using what I am known for, like this vocal that I have, and like this grace, I would say, that she has.
If Jui got out of her own head about whatever her career moment is, or she sees herself in this show as her stepping stone to whatever she plans to do in the future, she could have eaten down.
This could be like her, like.
But she was just like
arrival.
It's not connecting in the eyes.
She's not. I know.
It feels like she's like fighting. She's good. We'll talk about fighting, but she's good in fighting. But there's something
it's like pulled teeth. Like you kind of had to like force.
She's like annoyed that she has to do this again. That's how it felt.
I know.
And I was like, oh, come on.
That's exactly how I feel.
Because she would have like.
Really, we're gonna get to fighting, but if she just took control of it...
We are gonna get to fighting!
If she just took control of fighting, she probably would be an MVP for that number.
I know. And they set her up in that storyline, which, okay.
Yeah.
She could have been the girl.
Yeah, I know.
This is
a joke, and by a joke, I mean there is no question. The princess of Pick is Banana.
Call me a minion because I love a banana.
I don't know what to tell you. She is so good.
It's truly the thing that I have about a few idols, not every idol, and not even like the ones I necessarily bias.
That like they are doing what they were meant to do.
There are people who are literally born to do this.
I know.
And Nana is one of them.
Yeah.
I have the same thought about like Yeonjun.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you shouldn't have another job.
Yeah.
You should never be forced to work any other job a day in your life because you should be doing this.
So I feel about J-Hope, honestly. Like,
yes. Yes. Huge.
This is what you were meant to do.
You are, yes. Like, no, it's just like, she is fully alive. She's so present. It looks
so easy. But you know how hard it is because no one is at her level. Like, she is sharper than everyone.
If it was easy, then everyone would be where she is. But they're not.
But they're not.
She somehow, her isolation, specifically the technicality of her isolations, are incredible. And also, like,
all of her pops, it's so sharp.
It's so sharp, but also she has this amazing ability to like, her arms at some points look like they're made of like water. Like there's no bones in them. Like she's like so fluid and graceful and then can immediately like turn it.
I know. It is crazy.
I cannot believe I had no idea she existed.
I know, right? Isn't this crazy?
There is my life before Nana and there is a life.
BNN.
Yes.
ANN.
After Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect for the show to kind of like show me a revelation of someone.
Hello.
And so this
people
has
are
been
talking about Nana and I feel like I'm living in a separate reality from everyone else.
Yeah.
I walk down the street and I'm like, hello.
Do you know who was Nana?
Are you familiar with our Lord and Savior Nana? My name is Elder Adam. And I would like to share with you the most amazing idol.
My honorable princess mention is Jiwoo.
Get another one where I'm like, where did you people come from? You're just out here?
I mean, I think she's a person that leads with confidence, but
she's not even a rapper.
I know. And you would think she was.
Yes.
You would be like, oh yeah, it's giving Youngji. Like she has that like swagger.
The pick group. I mean, they debut them tomorrow. I'm not kidding.
The pick group feels like this is this group's debut song.
Yes.
Like it's just so
they feel like
tight.
an actual group.
They feel good. Jiwon, who picked the group, looked like the villain of a K-drama. Like
in the best way.
In the best way. Like she looks like she's like, I'm the queen of this castle.
Yeah, Nxde.
Yes. It was giving Nxde. The entire time I was like, you knew exactly what you did here. You picked this team.
I also just liked this group's vibe more in the song. Like I felt like it was more just cool. Like it wasn't. It was cool. Yeah, it was cool. I don't just mean their outfits either. But like, yeah, there's something about this one where I was like, oh, they're like
a little bit more suave.
I wouldn't be their friend, right? Because they would be too cool for me.
Yes, but exactly. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm obsessed.
I bet they have
with
a great time all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopper?
I said Solon.
Okay.
Solon.
I think she just kind of fades a little bit because of how.
Yeah, it's not even like it's not even a bad thing. It's more of like you're the only one I'm not noticing.
That it doesn't get a lot. Yeah. I wrote Woohyun, Nana's partner. I for the same reasons that I feel like she just kind of faded a little bit, but she looks great, like in this like blue like bomber jacket looking thing with like a skirt.
Also, so cool that it rained.
Yeah, I know.
It had to have sucked.
I knew they were miserable, but
it does not come off that way at all.
They look so cool and so confident.
Yeah,
that you would think that like, oh, they planned it. They planned rain. It's a machine.
Yeah, I think that does elevate their video more over the other one too.
Nana was the MVP, so she becomes the puzzler for the remix challenge, and I think easily, even between both groups, I think Nana was the best one in Charismatic. I know we're still in the second.
This is gonna be a 6-hour video.
So long. Okay, Snap. We have the pick and the drop. Over in the pick team, we've established Bora picked her group. She was like, I picked this team because I want to win. I picked.
What did I say last week? Roll the clip. Roll the clip from last week right here. Because Bora's whole thing is like, there's not going to be another singer in my team. No one is giving vocals except me. Which is like, I don't know if it'll work out for her.
Bora is unfortunately the slower to pick up the choreography as well here. Over at Drop, Huiso is taking it very hard. Like we already said, I feel really it is more because she split up with Rina. they also are the same position in both groups.
Yeah.
Too. And Huiso is the mnet of the group.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's like really tough. If you're already the mnet and you're kind of split up in that way. So, Huiso takes it hard. There was this moment where she was kind of like not together with everyone, or like she was just keeping to herself.
Yeah.
And then you realize she's actually like, I've been memorizing the choreography. We should be doing this, this, and this. Which was just like weird how they edited it.
It was like a red herring.
Yeah. For what?
Like,
I almost wish that they just went straight into the like, she's revitalized. She wants to make sure that she does well. Because she ends up being kind of like the leader of the group, or at least they treat her as like the golden mnet because she's the one who assigns the dancing. Yeah,
Doa is like, girl, if you know it.
If you know the fucking song, do it, girl.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Just because I'm the oldest doesn't mean I want to do this.
Whatever. I don't care. Yeah.
So I love that.
I do like that energy from Doa too. I like when people aren't precious about how old they are or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
Oh.
This is Doa's episode for me. Doa. So they got to the recording. This was the moment where I was like, okay, when Adam said this was going to bite Bora in the ass, this is where it is.
The recording of the like actual
the recording
music.
Of Snap.
Yeah.
Kay is like, let me give you some flavor. Let me give you some riffs.
Not even. She really does like only.
She just takes it up.
She takes it up.
But there are many vocalists, as we've seen, because Bora picked the other team. There are a lot of good vocalists in the song.
Yeah.
And really fills out, I think, the audio of the drop snap instead of the pick snap. Yes. Bora is in the recording and she's like, I can hear Kay taking it up. Maybe I should take it up too.
It is wild to watch a train wreck happen in real time.
And she's like,
just to watch a full person like
I'm going to take riffs
dissolve.
too. And she's just going for it. Just trying different things.
I mean, it's very clear that she is like, Kay is my biggest competition in terms of like, we are giving similar energy.
Yes, we are the two main vocalists.
And in that regard, it's wild to watch Bora get in her own head about it. Because if she had just... The problem is that she tried to do too many things.
Yes.
She could have done a couple ad-libs and it would have been fine, but she tried to do like every ad-lib.
And then every riff. Like she's like, what if I take every line up or whatever?
Yeah. And it was like, girl, how about you sing the song? How about you sing what's on the page?
The thing with Bora that I do love is that she will give it a shot and then realizes, okay, that didn't work. That's okay. I'm going to go back to the original. Yeah. And so I do appreciate that.
There was that one riff that I actually did think sounded good. I don't think it fit the vibe of the song, but I was like, oh, wow, that's a really natural sounding riff. Yeah. It sounded really good.
Yeah.
But then there was the one that was like, actually off pitch.
Actually flat.
She was like, that was bad.
Yeah, she's like, and don't use that one. Delete that one, please. It feels like the production of the pick team feels just a little bit more higher budge than drop. I mean, they had a fucking fireworks and drones.
It feels the most like an actual performance video that a group would release.
Yes.
It's not the full music video, but it's like... I like the song a lot. I think the song is really good.
A cunt anthem.
Yeah. Song that if you showed specifically like the drop performance to like a group of gay men in America, they would be like, who are these girls?
Oh my God, I love K-pop.
Yeah.
Pick Princess. 1, 2, 3... yeoreum. Wow.
Yeah, I picked Rina.
You picked Rina.
I think yeoreum is, if we're saying like Rina's my 10, yeoreum is like my 9.999 repeating. I just wish that yeoreum had more to do.
I know.
Because I feel like when she comes in...
If yeoreum was Rina's position...
Babe. Could you imagine? No, I wouldn't be alive. When she is in the center and when she does get the focus... I can't believe first of all, the fact that someone looks like that.
Yeah.
She looks like a cat.
Yeah.
Actually, she'd be really good in Cats. I'm realizing in this moment right now.
As who?
Jenny Anydots. No, I'm just kidding. Jenny Anydots is a terrible character. Do not put her as Jenny Anydots.
No, oh my god, she would be the burglars.
Mungo, Jerry, and Rumplteazer.
yeoreum does this.
It's Haruto.
Oh, it's Haruto. yeoreum and Haruto?
First of all, a K-pop cats. Do you see the vision?
Do you see the vision?
Yada, yada,
yeoreum. She does obviously the wink in the the bridge.
That's not all she does.
And then she does a little, I can't describe it, but she does a little this.
She knows exactly what she's giving.
Summer. Ooh.
Also another person who makes things seem easy.
So easy.
And I'm like, how?
This is the hardest thing. Anyway. I pick yeoreum obviously because of that, but Rina was also someone that obviously did amazing in this.
Rina did really well. I also thought I just think her look and what they gave her the fishnet
Rina
the big fishnet sleeves. Mm-hmm. Rina's, they look so good.
And then the pants.
I know it's not about
I know it's not about the look, but
it is K-pop.
And
so
also
it's kind of what it's about.
The bob.
And the bob, listen. This is a song for a bob for sure. This is a bob song.
This is a bob song. Who's your popper?
Who's your popper?
Who's your popper?
Who's your popper? Another set.
Yuki.
Bora.
Can I tell you something? You were going to pick Bora, but you thought I was going to yell at you? Can I tell you something? In my heart of hearts, I actually truly think that Bora was probably the least strong in this group. I ended up picking Yuki because she's just not giving me enough face. Which was kind of my problem with her. This has been my problem with her. I think from now I'm just going to kind of ignore that because it might just be a taste thing, or for her she's just I'm gonna be more suave and cool than be more expressions. Let's talk about Bora.
I'm gonna spoil it right now. Bora's still in my 7, so don't let you think that all of a sudden Adam is not supporting.
When Bora was the center on this number, I literally looked at Adam and went, she is fucking
Velma Kelly
in Chicago. Literally, when it was her turn. We go! So anytime she was in the center, I went, watch this.
First of all,
she goes
slay in Chicago.
Do you think Roxy or Velma? I think more Roxy.
I think she would do a good Velma.
No, I want Kay to be Velma.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, Kay and Bora quit Queendom Puzzle and then just do Chicago.
I am holding her accountable for 2 things. One, I think she's the most uncomfortable in this song.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's she didn't feel like she was totally 100% of the choreo yet, or just this isn't necessarily her, the type of song I don't know. Something about it, I was I can feel you thinking about what you're doing.
Yes.
The second reason I put her in the bottom is because, girl, you played yourself. This is also very project manager in The Apprentice. We should not be referencing The Apprentice, but in The Apprentice, when it was
Martha Stewart's The
Apprentice, obviously.
Leader in Drag Race.
Yeah.
You were the captain. You picked
it falls on you a little bit because you thought only of the way that you could possibly get ahead by doing this, and not how do I actually create a good group of 7?
I know.
And you know what you have to do? You have to have singers in a group of 7. And you can't have one singer. And she sounds
great.
So good in this song. But also that main vocal part is not enough to be I'm gonna ruin the whole song because I have to get this main vocal part. Especially when Rina / Huisaw's part is really big as well. That I was I guess, it's not the main vocal in that it doesn't have the most to do vocally, the most expression to give. And honestly, she fucked over the rappers by doing it this way too. Because guess what? Phi gets to eat up the other rappers because she's the only one who raps in the other one. Mm-hmm. And she eats them alive.
Because here the rappers are forced to sing more,
right?
Basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Yeon's a good singer. She's an all-rounder, but I don't know.
That's why I
disappointing
picked. That's why I picked Yuki and Sang as the lower because of that.
This? I would still probably rather watch this video over the other video because I think I like the video itself better.
I think
Truly from a production
better.
standpoint,
I think so too.
I think it's like so much
production
cooler to watch.
and just like how. I mean, the formations, the opening formation is so good in this one.
Yes.
When it's so sharp in this one.
Yeah.
I think it's just the choices that they made for this one to be different than the other one, I think is just stronger.
Yeah.
All that to say, drop, snap, slapped.
It did. You
said while we were watching it, you were like, they are more cohesive here. They are more of a team. Pick had like people that stood out. But I didn't know if you were saying that as a good thing or a bad thing at the moment.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on what you think the point of the challenge is.
That's true. And according to the expert panel, it was that it was like they were a group. They
Which
looked
I think
like
is why they liked
group.
Pick and Charismatic better too. It's because they felt like they were an actual group.
They looked like a group because that's the point of the show,
right?
To form a group,
right? But you are competing individually. It's hard. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
I understand why it's hard to play a game like this.
Girl, we saw Queso lose his damn mind because of these, so we understand that it's hard.
Yeah.
So drop. Drop was my favorite. I like Drop more because even though I knew that the production was better in Pick, the members in Drop is exactly what we were asking for. Give me individual charms that still all work together, but I could still see each individual person's like star quality. And it's so funny because Bora's byproduct of not picking vocalists in her group created an amazing group.
I know.
Because she pushed everyone away that she felt like was a threat to her.
Yep.
Which is
it was such a bad idea. I hope she like figured that out after the fact, like watching it.
Or even at least just realizing that like there's a level of producing producing from like a music producing.
Yes.
That you
also,
have to
like,
think about.
I don't think you should have to.
That's not a thing that you have to
as an idol. But in order to play the game, if you're gonna be the puzzler, you got to like think about what you're doing. I feel like in second gen and even some of third gen, like early third gen, it was very like everyone wore the same thing in a group.
Yes.
And there was no like the point was to be like a full cohesive unit and maybe not have individual charms unless you maybe got to know the group really well. But now we're in an era where it's like you have to be individual, but you also it has to gel. To be both. It's getting like every generation is like getting more nuanced. Yeah.
It was hard for me to pick a princess, but I think it was easy for me to pick a popper. So maybe do you have the same sentiments? Because maybe we should do popper first.
Okay.
My popper was Miru.
Mine was Judy.
Oh, interesting.
But I originally wrote K.
Oh, interesting.
Because, and it's such a specific reason that I was like, this is a dumb reason to pick her as like, I understand that they're lip syncing. I still wanted to look like you're singing.
Yeah, and K does not do that.
K's mouth opened 2.5 centimeters. And I was like, you are
belting.
Screaming this song. Which sounds she sounds incredible during this. It's awesome. But like, I know you did not. First of all, I watched you sing it before the recording.
You were belting, girl.
I know how big your mouth opened. So don't be like, I'm supposed to believe it, girl.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be like, okay, anyway, that was like my only thing. And then I was like, that's not a good reason to make it a pop.
So Judy.
But she does eat the song up.
Oh, yeah. Did you pick Judy because it felt like she, in a way that like she felt the more bubblier one, that it didn't really fit the theme of the song? Yeah, I felt that from her too.
Yep.
I ended up picking Miru because
I almost picked Miru too.
Because I think out of everyone, Miru was the one that just was like, I'm here.
And she
and she does.
She has nothing to do in the song.
Yeah. I wish she had just a little bit more
oomph. But it's so hard because so many of them have oomph that I was
literally everyone else has oomph. I wrote down 5 names for a princess because I can't pick one, but I will force myself to pick one. It's Dohwa.
I almost picked Dohwa.
Yeah. What did you pick?
I picked Phi.
Okay.
Because my whole thing was like, this song is giving absolute pussy popping slay kind.
Yeah.
Like it's
PPSC.
Yes. PPSC.
Yeah.
And I was watching this video because we watched it twice. And the second time I was like, who is the moment when they start doing whatever they do is like, the one where I'm like, I literally wish I was her. Yeah. That's what I want. I want the feeling of like, you are so powerful. Women! But like, you are so in charge of your own like destiny and energy and like sexuality and like that whole thing that like, I feel like women are actually really better at tapping into than guys are. But,
absolutely.
But whatever. She like came out for her like the beginning of her rap, and then it goes into the part 2 of her rap when she like drops low. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh babe, eat it right up. And she is, it looks like literally that this is her group and they are her backup dancers in that moment. And I was like, it's crazy because it would be so easy to feel so intimidated.
Yes.
In like a country you do not speak the language. Yeah. And everyone is
established group.
Yes, in the industry. You are not competing against like randos. You are truly competing against like actual talent.
And you can't tell at all if she is nervous.
She's intimidated at all.
Or intimidated.
No.
Zero.
She's like, I'm giving the exact what they're giving.
It's so funny because we've been traumatized now twice in
Truly.
2 shows of people who do feel intimidated and like are done dirty.
Yeah.
For Phi, she is standing there with them.
It's so good.
She is a competitor.
It's so good.
Even the industry panel where they're like, Phi is like a person in this competition.
Yeah. It's almost silly to say like there are parts that remind me of Lisa.
Oh yeah.
Just the way that it's just like, I am so good at this and you should just watch me be good at it. I was like, and I will. And I'm sad.
And I'm sad. So in the same vein, that's why I picked Dohwa. I made a comment at him and I don't want to be crude.
You should not put this in here.
I will not say it, but Dohwa
is a person who is an adult and has had lived experience that can feed into what this song's energy is.
Yes.
Let's say that.
Let's say a confidence in every inch of your body. Like, you know exactly what your body can do for herself, for another person.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
No, we got it. No
one's
confused. It's her performance in this song is so like true raw sensuality. Yes. But it does not transform into like
but make it fashion. You have to fully believe that like people are here to watch you and want to be with you.
Yes.
They want to obtain you, but you know you are unattainable.
Yes.
That's it.
That is it.
And
people want me, but they do not deserve me.
They do not deserve me. And that is how she performs the song. I would have put, if I was on
that on a shirt.
If I was on the panel, I would have voted Dohwa as my MVP. I think Huiso does a really great job.
Huiso was also
she is
she's
amazing.
So
I think the panel just
especially knowing how young she is.
Yes, I think that's why the panel voted for her. It's like wow, golden mnet.
Yeah. Really good. This is really
I mean, Snapdrop wins unanimously within the girls, and then in the panel for MVP, Huiso wins, but it was not Huiso like 1-by-1 vote.
Can I say one thing about Kay's look?
Yeah. Let's talk Kay. Because I really liked what she did. I agree with the mouth. You don't like the furry...
I don't like the furry moment because there's so much choreo where they have to lift their arms, and then it just throws off her body.
It looks her... Yeah.
Because it makes her arms look
really
massive.
Short. Yeah.
Like just
short and
wide.
sound.
Yeah. So I just didn't like that for that reason.
Charismatic pick, Snapdrop. Every member won 10,000 bonus points. And in the Puzzler, they get to remix a famous K-pop. Each song has their own individual number of members.
Yeah.
And the 2 puzzlers basically get to pick by order of them first, the winners.
Where did they pick? Where did they take the other 2 from? Because there had to have been 28 originally, and they're now down to 26.
Like Nude, because Nude is a 5-person song.
Can I tell you, it actually really bothers me that they're called Idol, but it's G Idol.
So they say Idol.
No, I understand.
Romanized G idol.
Nope, get it.
Hangul, it's Yoja idol. G stands for girl.
No, Oh,
Yoja.
it's not global. It's not global idol. K group, G group.
So
Where is the consistency? Brand consistency. Thank you. I think they let me just say this. I think they did a good job puzzling.
I think they did a good job puzzling.
And also, like, this is what Bora did not do, where they actually thought about
the song.
what the performer can do,
Yes.
and what the song is.
Yes, because
And guess what? Jui resented them for it. That was not the narrative, but I can just tell you that she was.
Yeah.
First of all, no one wanted to be in fighting, and girl.
Except for Judy, and
Except
it
for
made
Judy.
me so mad.
Well, none of the original girls, because
Yes.
Judy like gets in after the fact.
Judy was like, "I want fighting."
And me, also, too. I just think we have said it 100,000 bajillion times. Do not experiment with Thanksgiving, and like now is not the time unless you get feedback, unless you get a Michelle Visage moment where she's like,
I'm getting tired.
I'm getting tired of this. Do something else. Give them what you know you are good at. Especially they're only on the second challenge.
Yes. Do the Ganuk. Do what you're good at, and then surprise them when the time is right.
Yes. Shake
Because
your
you-
ass and jelly pop like
And shake your ass and jelly pop.
Yeah.
I would have picked either fighting or twice. Dance the Night Away for the same reason. I would be like, I'm just gonna take control of the like bubbliness.
I think you would have done good with the I don't know what it's called.
The Boa duet.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too, because I'm main vocal.
Is it Bank of America?
Yeah. Okay, so Nude, Nana picks this team with Jihan, Dohwa, and Suyun. So, because it's a remix battle, the challenge is that they also have to remix the song. They have to create their own concept from start to finish. They help make the concept. They decide on what the costumes are, blah, 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 to kind of give a new interpretation of the song, which I think is, I mean, you said like, it's like watching Mama performances, like being able to like give a song like a new life. And I think that's to test their skills that they see the bigger picture.
Are you more than just someone who can sing and dance? Like, are you able to like be a queen?
Be a queen and actually be like, think about the image, think about the whole performance as a package.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge.
It is a good challenge. Yeah, yeah. It's great.
So for Nude, they come in guns a-blazing. They had a full Google Slides,
I love
full Pinterest
that cacao
board.
chat was filled.
Their group chat was filled. Reference images, costume images, like
Pitch deck.
to the point where the producer was fully like, I don't know if we have the budget for this, but this is great because they have so much to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think is great.
It turns out they did not have the budget for it.
And it turns out they were like, we don't have the budget for this.
They didn't
but
even have
this
a budget
is-
for the costumes that they wanted, which they wanted to be like dolls.
Yeah. And they ended up like,
They wore harnesses.
yeah, and like men's shirts.
You have the money.
You have the
You build a puzzle room. You have the money.
So the big story with this song is that I would say it may have been too much of a concept because they are dolls. They're doing bye 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 NSYNC. So now they have to practice doing full choreography with like strings, basically, like puppet on strings. Lonely Goat Herd.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about original Nude.
Yes. So we also
'Cause
watched. We wanted to have a base level.
I've heard it,
yeah.
but I had never watched the music video
Yeah. It's
before.
kind of, yeah. Isn't it a?
Sorry, they ate that
Isn't
up. That was amazing. I want to go
I'm
watch it again.
I'm not a big like. We're not big like Moulin Rouge aesthetic fans.
No. Bad. But they, I mean,
But Nude, it's
also
like,
the whole song makes sense.
that's what I love about Idol songs. That's what I love about Soyeon songs.
Yeah,
They are so
conceptual.
conceptual.
And this is not a read. It's gonna sound like a read, I swear to God, but it's not. Their like music videos feel like Pink at the height of her powers, where they all had like an idea,
Yeah.
but they're like good.
Yeah.
Pink's fine,
Yeah.
but like
You and Thorgy, big Pink fans. Love Pink.
Pink lover.
think it's good. I liked the second time we watched it better. The first time we watched it in the show, like with the editing and
cuts,
stuff,
yeah.
it was hard to pay attention to the song.
There is a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts.
That is my one big critique. There's so much going on.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
And I really get it, especially with the lyrics of Nude. Like, it makes sense of being like,
I'm not something to look at.
I'm just a toy. Like, yeah, like just that whole idea really like works.
I wish they didn't go spooky because I felt like the orchestration didn't sound.
I don't know what that aspect was supposed to give, especially because like the spooky would have worked if they had
the dolls,
had the doll kind of aesthetic, because then it would have been like creepy porcelain, like marionettes, like that would have really worked. But because they didn't, it felt disjointed. You
know what I would have done? What is that? Is it that Degas, the painter, the ballet dancers, that painting? Ballet, point, like the full tutu, like perfect, and then slowly disintegrate.
A black swan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have done Black Swan, because imagine not doing Black Swan.
I mean, it is funny because you still have to. It's still within the realm of what the music video is giving, which is like being a performer and like having expectations set upon you, being a understanding of like how women are expected to feel in like society generally.
Yes,
it's very intelligent.
I would have understood voting for them more because of just how much
the scope.
There was a lot that they did.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't bad. I just felt like I was like, it wasn't focused.
Yeah,
I think is the hardest part, but it was good.
Yeah, because you could like see them like running back. Like Jihan was literally running from position to position.
Yeah.
That I wish they, because it started in the foreground and then in the middle and then they went back. So I wish there was like
in the background and then
as opposed to like fighting where it was a slow progression up. So I wish there was a little bit more in that. But who was your princess and popper here?
Who's your princess and popper? I think I'm gonna piss people off. Who's your princess? They're set.
Soyeon. Oh, okay. Interesting. I picked Soyeon because I think she was. Nana does good face, okay, and she was very sharp. But Soyeon like had a little bit more of the like evil that I think was what they were trying to go for.
Also, Soyeon's vocals sounded the best.
Oh yeah,
easily.
That she kind of had like a smirk of like, I am not just a doll, you know, that I really liked. You picked Dohwa.
I did.
It's for the same reasons, like
end.
I
think when she's like standing over them.
I know. I'm glad they gave that to her.
Yeah, there's something very powerful in that moment, and it makes sense in the song. I just felt like I was like, oh yeah, this is like her. It felt like her number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, who is your popper? 1, 2, 3.
Dohwa. Which is crazy. First of all,
crazy.
It has to be both like you're smiley but also sinister.
And she wasn't sinister. She was doing just
too smiley.
Yeah. This goes with there's not enough focus. Everyone had their own interpretation of what they were performing.
Honestly, in the beginning, I almost picked Jian
as your favorite.
As my favorite.
Yeah.
But when they got into the dance break, they felt this.
It's a lot.
There's a lot.
There was too much.
I don't know if they had a ton of time to work with the straps.
Yeah.
Which they should have been working with from day one.
Yes.
I want to be very clear. If you're going to have choreography in which you have to touch objects, you should be working with those objects from the very beginning and not introducing them at a later date. Okay. Thank you.
And you'd think they'd have straps on Sapphic Puzzle. Just stopped.
What? For what? I just like, why? Did you get the clicks? Did you get the views? Did you get the engagement? My God. I actually, here's what I really think. I think they were all pretty much the same.
I think so too.
It was actually very hard for me to choose a top and a bottom.
Because there was so much that they all looked like they were thinking about what is the next thing I have to do.
Yes.
And they even said it in the rehearsal.
Yeah.
I picked Dohwa for a similar, the opposite side of why you picked her. She said that she was really strong at the end. I felt like she was really weak in the first
Beginning.
part. That I feel like that weighed out a little bit more. But she finished the song like back that same Dohwa with like I have the control.
Yeah.
Which I really love. I'm really excited.
She has a
for
lot
her.
of power.
I know.
That red hair is doing a lot of work.
Fighting Hyaji. Now, as carrots, this was really sad to watch because we love the song. Fighting is probably one of the best songs of the year.
Oh, easily. Not even as an office worker, the way this song speaks to me.
As people in corporate, but you know who didn't speak? It spoke to Sujin, Jiwoo, Yuki, Judy, Jui, Ellie.
No, I spoke to Judy.
It spoke to Judy, yeah. So they were all assigned to the song. Judy said, "I want to do the song because I want to show that I am an onion. I have layers, basically."
That was so funny.
It's so funny, which just kind of shows that like I'm here to have fun. She has the energy in it.
Yeah.
And so they put her in here. No one wants the song. Like she goes into this room and everyone has like, no, I don't. Whatever you want to do.
This is such a good song to like distinguish your group from every other performance. I mean, luckily the 6 songs they chose, none of them really are the same energy.
Yeah. But I think in the remixing,
I would say the closest is probably
Shutdown
Idol and Shutdown.
Yeah.
But like everything else I feel like is pretty genre spread, which is smart. And like I feel like this would have been such an opportunity to stand out if you really go for it.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of energy. This song is very high energy. Yeah, you have to go. It looks dumb. It's the thing that they say.
They don't want to look dumb or they don't want to look stupid.
It's the thing your like high school theater director says where they're like, you don't want to look stupid, but you have to look stupid and it will work.
Yeah.
You have to look dumb.
You have to look dumb.
That's the point.
You have to fully commit. And I think that's none of them, like besides from Judy, everyone was too afraid to kind of commit to it. I think truly because of like an image thing. They don't want to look corny.
Yeah.
Which sucks because
Yeah.
the song.
But then they didn't
This
even.
is the song to be corny.
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
So when they try to remix, they show
Also, the song. First of all, it is corny.
It is corny.
But the cool
It's
thing
fighting.
about it's fighting, but also like the song itself is corny.
The lyrics are corny. Yeah.
The lyrics are corny, but it also speaks to like the feeling that you have. Yes.
The feeling that you have when you tell someone fighting, like you can do it. Like
Yes.
I know this is. Ugh.
Yeah.
So they show up to this meeting with no ideas.
This also sucks because if you really want to be like, okay, how do we make this better than BSS? You can't.
You can't.
Then come in with ideas to change it into whatever you guys want it to be. No. They came in with nothing. And like Judy had that whole thing where she was like, do you know the movie Inside Out? Da 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 da. That didn't come up at all whatsoever.
Because I think I don't think they voted for it. They were like, well, we could do office work. They leaned in more on the like, well, let's just do office work.
Let's just do the music video.
Let's just do the music video. It would have been so much fun to do this as an Inside Out.
It would have been so much fun to do this as
anything.
They could have gone really meta. Okay, they could have gone really meta, and they could have been like trainees on an idol survival show, and they all have on the like straps with their name.
Yeah.
There's an idea. Could have used that. And have all their like backup dancers also be like trainees.
Yeah.
And they're all just like trying to, and there's like a judges panel. Like, just spitballing.
Yeah. That's already one idea that you could have picked. If they were committed to doing The Office, I almost wanted it because it was just so like half baked. Like they had the idea that it, but then go fully because every person is supposed to be like office worker that should be fired or should quit. Like someone was taking selfies. Jiwoo was asleep. Sujin was bad at her job. You know, like they were all individual things, and then Jui was supposed to be like the office manager to try to cheer them up. And I almost wish that you know what I almost wish it was? I wish it was a little You Can't Stop to Beat. and like Jui was like Baltimore crabs, like not like into it, and then at the end they get her into it. You know what I mean?
This thing where he refuses to call Velma Von Tussle by her name. He only calls her Baltimore
crabs. Yeah. So Michelle Pfeiffer, like I want Jui to have more of that Michelle Pfeiffer energy.
Well, wouldn't we all like to have Michelle Pfeiffer energy?
But no, I really wish they really could have made this work, because I think the concept does work, but halfway through they do a silent mime in the beginning that I'm just like, as someone who does, like as a theater person, it's the classic like, this is the dance break, you have to look like you're in a school dance, so like talk, make noise. That happened all the time when we did shows.
Yes.
Like we're like, please make noise.
Please make noise.
Please.
You look so stupid. This is perfect. I put this on any example when people are like, it feels weird to just like talk to. No. This looks insane. This sounds nuts. I'm going to be honest, I do also blame the sound design, because
it was not mixed
if
well.
no one's going to be talking, then you need to like bump up
the audio.
Anything.
Because there was a little bit of like office sound, but it was not loud enough. I need to be modems firing, phones ringing,
I should be hearing the AOL dial-up sound.
I need
anything. Beeps and boops.
Literally. I need like a cacophony of sound, because it has to, when Jui goes, hey,
that's when
what gives?
Should all stop, yeah.
Fighting! Like that needs to be an abrupt change. It would be so good as performance
It's truly
directors.
shocking that I am not.
What am I doing?
Working in an office.
Who are your princess and poppers?
My top is Judy. Even though I don't think she had a ton to do.
Yeah.
I felt like she was the one who was really willing to be goofy.
Yeah.
Which is what the song is supposed to be. Who did you pick?
I picked Jui. I
completely disagree.
I did pick Jui.
I almost picked Jui as
your popper?
My popper. Because I was so... But again, it was like a case situation where I was like, I should actually do it on the merits of the performance and not just like how I feel like she should be doing it.
Yes.
The problem is like, I know what Jui's capable of, and the fact that she is like
this is like a half-ass version of it. I know.
This is a 70%.
I know, because everyone is like is on that level. When she does her ad libs, I was like, this more.
But also like she, in the narrative that they themselves constructed, she is the one who's supposed to rally them. Yeah. So she should be on 15. I mean, she
has to be in a 200.
Right. If my boss gave me that energy and she was like trying to pep me up, I'd be like, but you don't want to be here either, girl. That's how it felt.
Yeah. It's like HR gave you this speech to do.
Mm-hmm.
My other princess, honestly, was Ellie. I thought she sounded great.
Ellie was almost your
princess?
popper.
Oh. Very interesting.
She felt the most mad that she was in the song through the whole thing. Like she was I am not here for this.
Okay, so see, my popper was Yuki for that reason. I felt like Yuki was the one who probably was the most mad. But then
the only reason I didn't make her my popper is because that high note she hits is crystally perfect.
The vocal,
that high note saved her.
The high note saved her, absolutely. It sounds so good. That I'm like, oh, you need to step up more to be a main vocal.
100%. I made my bottom Sujin.
So it was between Sujin and Yuki for me. They were the two that felt most visibly they didn't want to do it. Yeah. For me, Sujin's little fog gun at the end saved her, because that was like, oh, this is the first glimpse of you having fun.
The fog guns made me mad. They didn't make sense for the song. I'm sorry. I was like, what are we doing? I do think that Ju does a good job.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
There's a moment where she's like in the back and she goes like, and I was like, oh, fucking cute.
The only thing with Ju is that I think her rap she raps again, but I needed a little bit more oomph, I think.
Yeah.
With Yuki, it was just hard because I have Youngji in my mind, and there's so much swag and charisma on Youngji.
We had completely opposite reactions to the song. I almost made Yuki my
really?
My princess,
because she like looked cool.
She looked cool, and that I thought the rap was really good. I mean,
you wrote your own rap. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's, yeah.
And I thought she really owned that moment, and it felt like it was her song in that moment.
That's true, yeah. I don't want people to think that I'm anti-Yuki, okay, girl? I just...
Sounds like you're anti-Yuki.
I need a little bit more face. They did not beat Nude.
No, but you know what? I will say, after saying all that, I bet it would have been really fun to be there in the audience for that number.
Oh, yeah. That's why I gave Chewie my princess, because when she is doing that rallying, it does sound really good, and like it perked me up. So that's
just frustrating because like
she is in her own way.
I know.
So
I know.
sad.
And also like this song is,
and people have said that, like, she has done shows before and people have said that about her. That they're like, the way you felt in her up down battle, like that's something that she's behaviors that have been exhibited before. So
it's frustrating because I don't know. There's not much more I can say about this song, but
except fighting.
I genuinely have a lot of affection for this song.
Me too. I mean, even when we watched the music video again, it made me emotional because of how happy they look.
I think a lot of idols really like the song too.
Yes,
like
they do this challenge all the time,
Yes.
even after the song is done.
I think the song was very big, and I wish boy group idol show in Kingdom Puzzle, if they did this song,
oh my god,
they would lose their minds and like do it all out.
They would relish.
But there's something about
the girls letting
girls
go.
Feel so scared to not be pretty or sexy or cute. As soon as you're out of those three, and you are not one of the girls who are like a jury where you naturally feel like I have a lot of personality.
Yeah,
that's like fun. As soon as you're out of that range, a lot of girls are like, oh, I don't know. I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
But like you aren't good at this because you don't like you have to try. Just try. You guys have fun. You joke around. Like we've seen all your behinds.
Yes.
Like we watch you do stupid shit on variety shows all the time.
Yeah.
It's just a performance version of that energy. Just do that and you'll be fine. But
let's do our puzzles.
Oh my god, I thought that was the end of the episode. Oh my.
No. My lady in waiting is Rena.
Okay.
She is in the sidelines, ready to jump in. Put me in, coach.
Yeah. She's understudy.
Swing. Swings, save, Broadway. Huisa is number 7. Fi is number 6. Yoon is number 5. I think she really did a great job in Snap. That
she did.
And Game Sees Game, because she was like, oh, Fi really ate up that, like, her dipping down.
Yeah.
That I would love to see them both in a number together.
Yeah.
For sure. yeoreum is number 4.
Oh.
Nana is number 3. K is number 2. And Dohwa is number 1. That image of her standing over Nude was like, I want her, like, to lead a group.
Yeah.
There's just something about that confidence.
There's something about the sunbays.
The sunbays are,
They're sunbaying, okay?
The sunbays are sunbaying.
I just realized that I'm missing someone, so I fucked up. But, oh well. Nope. I'm going to go with it, because it was my heart in the moment. Number 7 is Doha.
Okay. Sunbays are sunbaying.
Number 6 is Rena. I really liked her in Snap.
Yeah.
I thought she was really good. Number 5 is Fi. 5. Number 4 is Jiu. Okay. Number 3 is Bora. Number 2 is Huisa. And number 1 is Nana. I definitely did forget yeoreum.
Oh.
But that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
That was my vote. Not my actual vote.
To be very honest with yeoreum, she has not been dealt a good hand. I think Rover has been... No, not Rover. She has not been dealt a good hand because...
I wish she had done Rover now that you said it.
I know. Because she was like the obvious standout in her group in Snap. And then it doesn't look like the shiny song that she's about to remix. It doesn't... It
Do you think that if Snap Pick had won, she would have been the MVP?
I think so.
I think so too. They freaked out about her wink.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, I did too.
Yeah.
But
La Chica was like, oh! Woo! Yeah. I agree.
No, it's Nana. I don't know what to tell you. I would. It's so exciting.
It's so exciting, isn't it? Because Bora was your first last week, and I think mine was.
Yours was K.
Mine was K.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if the duet happened this episode, I probably would have picked K. Because she's.
I know. I thought about it. I was like, I think this is gonna eat.
I think it's gonna eat.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because they're editing it. It looks like it fails.
She's been the cliffhanger both weeks.
Yeah. So they also announced the current ranking of the votes, and it is yeoreum, Yeon, Bora, G1, K,
G1, yeah.
Nana, and Jihan.
Yeah.
And Nana is like at the top.
That's a good group.
Yeah.
It's a good 7.
I need G1. I need to see a little bit more personality from G1. She's a little too.
Yeah, I don't know.
So competitive.
Yeah.
Like I think she's the most one so far.
Yeah.
So I need to see her crack a little bit.
You sweating?
Yeah. Whew. And that's it. That's Queendom Puzzle. Thank you for watching.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.